How is it going? I am so excited to get to talk to you guys. Super bummed out that we haven't been able to meet the way that we normally want to, but man, I hope that y'all are all healthy, safe, listening to all the different updates that are going on and doing what you can to obviously stay safe, stay healthy. We really want you guys to do that. We've been praying for you as of course as just a whole church, but also as the youth team. I have heard from every single one of the youth leaders, whether it's Brittany and Corey Gangcars or Amanda and Carson Thompson, Ashley and I, we've talked about it. And so, man, we miss you guys. We miss you a ton. And so being able to do some of these cool little updates and these little short videos where we can kind of get together a little bit has been awesome. I know that lots of people are doing stuff to stay connected, which is fantastic. There have been a couple of Zoom meetings. I know people are talking on the phone. They're playing games together. We're doing what we can to stay together, which is awesome. So we definitely want to keep doing that. And so what I want to talk to y'all today about is actually very similar to all this. Very fitting for what it is that's going on. And today I want to talk to you guys about routine. Now, routine is something that I hate setting up for my life. I hate doing it. I love the spontaneity of things. I love just being free to do what I want. But I also know that I thrive and do really well with routine. And right now, all of our routines are totally different. They're off kilter. They're kind of lopsided in some cases. If they're not completely just obliterated and gone. And so oftentimes the benefit of a routine is we know what to expect, right? We know that our alarm's going to go off at this time, and then we know what we're doing from there. The rest of the day is fairly planned out, and hopefully you guys have some time set aside for a devotional. And so when you've got a routine, that's great because you can just jump in, you can do what you need to do, you go about your day, you knock out what you need to knock out, and your routine kind of helps you do that, and you're good to go. Now, the bad side is when your routine is suddenly gone. And it's really easy to let very important things slip off into the back burner. They slip off of the table entirely, and they're no longer getting taken care of. And so I want to talk to you guys about setting up somewhat of a routine even now in all of the craziness, because it's really easy to allow our lack of a routine to prevent us from doing things like a devotional, from spending time with the Lord, right? We've got all kinds of stuff that have been postponed, all kinds of stuff that's been canceled, if not completely shut down, and so we really want to use this time as an opportunity to continue to spend time with Jesus, right? Our faith hasn't been canceled. Our love for Jesus hasn't been canceled. His love for us certainly hasn't been canceled, right? This whole thing didn't catch him off guard. He knew what was happening. And so we really want to lean in, and we want to use this time as an opportunity to draw closer to the Lord. And part of that is just so that we can grow and be closer to God. The other part of it is because times are crazy. There's lots of people who are scared, and lots of people who are sick, lots of people who are, anxious. And so thankfully, Jesus has the remedy for all of these different things, right? He's not given us a spirit of fear. He's given us love and a sound mind. And so we really want to lean in to the tools that God has given us, with whether it's the Bible, whether it's worship, whether it's times of prayers, but we want to be able to spend time with Jesus because he is going to be able to help us get through this thing. We can't stop a sickness, right? I can't do that. I don't have that kind of power. But Jesus has. He's the great physician. We can be praying for people who are sick. We can be praying for people who aren't sick, that they won't get sick, right? And so we really want to use this time. So I want to encourage you guys, when you don't have a routine, like now, set up a temporary routine, or at the very least, set aside a specific time of day where okay, at this time, no matter what, I'm going to be spending some time with Jesus. And I really want to encourage you guys. Y'all know, I've got it right here, I love my iPad. I use my iPad to preach. I use my iPad at our group breakout meetings. I love my iPad. But iPads can be distracting, right? You get a little notification that pops up, and then bam, all of a sudden you're no longer thinking about what you were reading, or you're no longer focused on your prayer, right? Now all of a sudden you're thinking about whatever it was that came up. It's an email or a Facebook notification or something, right? Someone sent you a text message and it showed up on your iPad, right? So I really want to encourage you guys, bust out your Bible. Get to know this thing. Spend time in the Word. Spend time reading it. If you're going to use your iPad, maybe you don't have a Bible, right? If you're going to use your phone or an iPad, turn on Do Not Disturb, right? Put it on airplane mode so that you don't get those notifications, so that those things aren't distracting for you during that time, and that you can go in and really spend time, good time with Jesus. Guys, it doesn't have to just be reading your Bible. I always recommend reading your Bible. I think you guys hear me say it every week, but we want to read our Bible and then do what it says, right? And so part of doing what it says is going beyond just reading our Bible. I know that the church Facebook page has put out a ton of different links to worship. I know that the church has put out a ton of different links to scriptures and to encouraging words. You guys, use this amazing technology that we have. Let's get on YouTube and Spotify and let's listen to worship music, and not just listen to it while we're playing a video game or reading a book or whatever, but really take time, enter into the presence of the Lord, posture our hearts so that we're focused on Him and that we're singing these words or thinking about these words and really spending time with Him. We really want to do this. Don't let your lack of a routine get in the way and interrupt your time with Jesus. I love what Pastor Chris says. He says it all the time, but there's no substitute for time spent with the Lord. And so we want to use this time, even when we don't have a routine, we want to use this time to spend time with Jesus. So if you're off kilter and you've got no routine, set up a temporary one. Okay, look, no matter what, I'm going to spend this time with Jesus. It'll be this amount of time at this time of day, right? It could be right when you wake up before you leave your room. It could be right when you're going to bed. It could be after lunch. It could be just before dinner. It doesn't matter when you do it, but I really want to encourage you guys to do it. It's super important. Like Pastor Chris says, there's no substitute for time spent with Jesus. I love you guys. I can't wait to get to see you guys soon. Stay strong. And yeah, that's all I got. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.